This time it's Gloucester in the UK, and it's not too far for me to go today. And Gloucester was once a Roman stronghold, but in later times, in fact in 1155, King Henry granted it its first charter. But I'm coming here to have a look at the town, but mainly the cathedral and the dock area. But it's also well known because this is where Frank Whittle invented the first British jet engine and where the first jet fighter was built and made, the Meteor. And I'm entering through the old town and we're heading up here to hopefully get a parking place as close to the cathedral as possible. So we'll head up this way a little bit and turn in just up the road there. I think there's a turning. Yes, yeah, we can get in there. And down to the gate, which I believe this is East Gate, I'm not sure. Or could be North Gate in fact. Anyway, there's a man standing there and he's going to stop us from going in. But in fact, it turned out well because he very kindly saw my blue badge and went and had a look, found a place and sent me round to a disabled parking spot right next to the cathedral. Wonderful. Then we'll get parked up there and then go and see if we can look inside the cathedral. Well, once parked up, I got trusty Muriel, my little scooter, out and went to see if I could do a tour in the cathedral. No, open to look around.
So the cathedral's closed this afternoon till about 3:30 because Kings have a carol service on.
Oh, I see, right. Can I go into the carol service?
No, I think it's for the school. So,
oh, I see, right.
Yeah, so we're reopening to visitors at 3:30.
3:30?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait. Thank you very much. Well, because of the carol service, they're not open to visitors until 3:30. So I'll park Muriel there and we'll go in and have some lunch. And while we wait, there we go. Go and see what we can find for lunch. Lunch over, we'll take a little look around the grounds while we're waiting for 3:30. And this is funny, boys will be boys. Well, we'll leave him wearing his dunce's hat or cone and we're going to take a look at Bishop Hooper's memorial. The poor bishop was burned to death for heresy in 1555 on the 9th of February. And the memorial was built between 1861 and 1863. Quite a memorial, and actually built on the place where he was burned at the stake. But now we'll head back and start our circumnavigation of the outside of the cathedral. And we need to turn left through that next archway. Look what's coming. Back off. Oh, that's all right, come on. That's all right, come on. Sure? Yeah. I'm coming down.
Indeed, we've got someone moving in.
Oh, right.
Are you filming everything?
Yes.
Are you doing a sort of road tour or something?
I do a lot of YouTube videos.
Do you? Oh, good
I
lord.
just go places and look at different places.
Well, don't show them too much with the cathedral clothes.
Sorry?
Don't show them too much with Miller's Green. It's a bit bumpy around here.
Is it? Oh, right.
A bit rustic. We need to get it resurfaced.
Oh,
We
right.
will do. Anyway, don't let me stop you.
Well, I've got to wait till 3:30 because of
Yes, our school's got their
Yes.
carol service.
Yeah, so I'm
juniors.
just going down the grounds at the moment.
Enjoy the ground.
Thank you.
If you see any litter, pick it up.
Yeah, I shall. Now we start the tour round the cathedral building itself, which is quite magnificent actually, and the amount of detail is amazing. It's well worth, if you're ever in Gloucester, you must stop off and have a look. But it's now 3:30, so let's go in and have a look around. And it truly is a beautiful building, and the admission is normally £5 per person or per adult, but today they weren't collecting any fees at all, so I just left a £5 donation. And I asked about needing a license to make videos or photography, but it was not necessary. The columns, I didn't measure them, but they are absolutely enormous. And you might be mistaken about the roof. It looks as if it's glass, and it looks as if you're looking out into the sky, but it's not. It's just illuminations. And they accommodate the wheelchair users very well. This is one of the chair lifts, and just around the corner here we have the next chair lift, which I shall use with Muriel and lift me up to the next stage. All very handy indeed. Harry Potter fans might recognise some of the areas because it was used in the films. Henry III, aged only 10 years old, was crowned with a gilded iron ring in the chapter house of the Gloucester Cathedral. The cathedral was originally St. Peter's Abbey, and its royal connections continued, albeit in a darker vein. The following century, in 1327, Edward II was buried in an elaborate shrine at Gloucester, following his death at Berkeley Castle nearby. He is widely believed to have been murdered. The organ music you heard there was actually somebody practicing on the cathedral's organ. And now I'll take a short ride along the main street, and from what I knew of Gloucester before, I was quite impressed. It's a nice shopping area. And one young busker. Her name's Rachel.
Es führt den Main eine Brücke von Stein. Wer darüber will gehen, muss im Ganzen sich drehen. Es führt über den Main eine Brücke von Stein. Wer darüber will gehen, muss im Ganzen sich.
Well, time was cracking on, and I need to find somewhere to stop for the night. But before I go, I thought have a quick look at the decorations, see what they've managed to do with those. It's nice, but it's not quite Regent Street in London, is it? I enjoyed it. Now we'll go and find somewhere to stop for the night. I decided to try a place I've been at before. That's a little picnic area down by the river in the nearby town of Tewkesbury. So battled with the traffic. It was building up. And eventually I managed to turn into the lane and head off. Now it's probably about half a mile down in this lane is the picnic area, and it's a dead-end road, and about halfway along I came to this. It did not bode well, but I pressed on hoping that the picnic area would be okay. But was it? No, it wasn't. There it is, my picnic area and stop for the night. Flooded. Well, on the way down I'd seen somewhere I thought might be okay, so I headed back, and sure enough there was a bit on the side of the road that I could pull off and still leave room for traffic to come by. Oh, that was a no-no. The completely underwater, but I found a little sort of lay-by passing place, and I can't see anybody else coming down here tonight. Certainly not wanting to get past. This is where I ended up last night. So I managed to pull right off the road, and somewhere in that lot over there is the river. No sign of it now though. But now on to the docks. And Gloucester Docks is a historical area of the city of Gloucester, and the docks are located at the northern junction of the River Severn with the Gloucester and Sharpness Canal. They are Britain's most inland port. Docks include 15 Victorian warehouses that are now listed buildings, and also contains the Gloucester and Waterways Museum and the Soldiers of Gloucestershire Museum. They're obviously getting ready for a winter fair, which will probably open up later on this afternoon, or later on this morning maybe. But it's only 9 o'clock in the morning, so it's quite early. Some old photographs of the docks as they used to be, and they were at one time very, very busy. They're going to have quite a good time here today. I think there's a ice skating rink there. I think this afternoon it's going to get really, really busy. There's a grand old pub there next to the Tank, which is a brewery, as I believe. Well, this is a bridge that crosses the canal, and the canal is 26.5 kilometres long, or that's 16.5 miles, and it was opened in 1827. And it goes from the River Severn and cuts out a lot of the bad bends and shallow waters up there. We'll just take a quick run round the dock area itself, and they do have some tall ships in here occasionally. An old barge there, and there are plenty of eating places. I don't know what they're doing with these other old buildings, whether some of them are being converted into small industrial units or not, I don't know. This is an interesting place, and I've been here during the daytime, properly daytime in summer, and then it's very, very busy. This block has plenty of eating places and drinking places. So again, if you're in Gloucestershire at any time, it's well worth trying to find a parking place. Come down here, have a meal or a drink and enjoy it. One of those buildings over there used to be an antiques warehouse or place where antique dealers could show their wares. But I don't know whether it still is. But anyway, that's enough now. And finally, I've come to this industrial estate, a place called Brockworth, just outside Gloucester. And this is where the old airfield used to be, where Frank Whittle invented and worked on the first jet engine in Britain and built the first jet fighter, which came into service at the end of the Second World War, the Gloucester Meteor. And it was not a very good aeroplane. It was not much faster than a Spitfire, and that was a very well-known and popular aeroplane, seen many times flying over the school where I was in Wallingford. But that's it now. We head back to the valleys of South Wales. And no, I have not misspelt Gloucester. They felt that it was too complicated or confusing to foreigners, so they simplified it to Gloucester. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and look out for more Out and About with Gwendolyn next year, 2024. In the meantime, it will be back to my model railways.